What's going on, everybody? Tompott here from the popcultpod, and we are breaking down the first trailer from Spider-Man Far From Home. We got this look yesterday, and there's a lot to unpack in it, believe it or not. We got our poster as well here, just confirming a lot of locations of the movie. New York, of course, Prague, London, Venice, Berlin. Some of these we see in the trailer. And let's have a look at it. This is the domestic trailer first. So this is, of course, a benefit that Aunt May is running. Spider-Man is involved because at the end of Homecoming, May knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Here's probably the first thing of note in the trailer. First of all, Happy Hogan is in the movie, in case you didn't know that. But we have this check signed by Pepper Potts. Now, this could mean absolutely nothing, but some people are suggesting it means that there is no Tony Stark post Avengers Endgame.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. New dress?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, apparently Marissa Tomei and Jon Favreau have been going at it,
What just happened?
which is a good pull for Jon Favreau, in my opinion. Nice little Easter egg here. People were worried initially that Ben Parker wasn't in this universe, but if we look at the initials on a suitcase right there, BFP, suggesting that Ben Parker is not alive and well, but was at some point. Oh, poor Uncle Ben. I miss him so much. Oh well, on with the trailer.
Going to Europe.
This is, of course, the same shop here from Spider-Man Homecoming, but also returning from Spider-Man Homecoming is the suit. Red, white, and black, or not red, white, red, blue, and black, as we can see here. But there's a lot more interesting stuff in this trailer than the suit. First of all, we have the monument of Grand Central Station at the back, which was, as we see in Age of Ultron, a monument to the attack on New York. And from that clip in Ultron, we also know that that building is in fact Avengers Tower, which was sold in Spider-Man Homecoming. But here, it's being renovated, so seemingly someone has bought it. So the question is there any famous New York buildings in the Marvel Universe that could take its place? And the obvious one most people are suggesting is the Baxter Building, headquarters of the Fantastic Four. You know, definitely could be a way to introduce them. That A turns into a 4 very simply, guys, that's all I'm saying. So this could be our first in-universe mention of the Fantastic Four. Or maybe it's nothing.
Did you get your passport?
Peter Parker here to pick up a passport?
Try saying that 5 times fast. Peter Parker picking up passport. I can't even say it once. And here we go, his passport, which is noticeably has no years. Marvel are being very cagey about when this movie takes place. It does take place post Avengers, but whether or not there's massive changes in the timeline, or what years, or maybe Sony just fucked up the dates again. Who knows?
Any toothpaste? Pack your suit.
So in this trailer, we see that
My trip with my friend.
he's apparently not taking a suit to Europe,
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
but that might change when we look at the international trailer. The little Easter egg here, the boat on the back says ASM 212, Amazing Spider-Man 212, which is the first appearance of Hydra Man, and that can be quite significant later on in the trailer.
You look really pretty.
This is footage we'll see repeated again in the international one, but there is one little Easter egg I want to talk about afterwards. It's only something very minor. Hotel du Matre, okay? Or du Matre, I think it is. So this is a reference to the J.M. DeMate, who wrote Craven's Last Hunt. And Sony were trying to make a Craven's Last Hunt movie at one point. I think this is completely irrelevant. Doesn't really matter. But Hydra Man there, of course. And as we can see, Craven's Last Hunt there. I don't think there's any chance that this is going to appear in this movie or has any variance at all. I think it's just a nice little Easter egg. Then we have the international trailer, which begins a little bit differently and confirms at least one interesting thing. That Spider-Man has his suit in Europe that May packed it for him. We do see him with a few different suits in this trailer, so it should be interesting. Of course, though, he is being left without his trusty banana, the Spider Banana, as we all know from the comics. Here's something I haven't seen many people point out. Maybe it's not really... Maybe it's just obvious. But that character is Betty Brant, not Betsy Brant from Breaking Bad. I've made that mistake a few different times calling her Betsy Brant. Betty Brant, who in the original Sam Raimi movies was played by Elizabeth Banks, and of course from the comics she is often Spider-Man love interest, and indeed love interest for Flash Thompson, who becomes Venom. She was seen in Spider-Man Homecoming briefly doing the high school news too. Marvel's still holding on to the Marvel Studios 10 logo, even though we're now 11 years removed, but
Hang out with MJ? You look really pretty.
And therefore I have value?
No, that's not what I meant.
I'm messing with
so from this point on the trailer is basically the same. There's a few alternate lines of dialogue. Of course, revealed that Nick Fury
Spider-Man.
somehow back from the snap.
You're Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on.
I actually had heard that Marvel didn't want to put out a Spider-Man movie this year, but Sony were insistent on it.
Nick Fury just hijacked.
So maybe that messes with things a little bit.
Awesome.
Here we have the wing suit again. We saw that in Homecoming, but this is a different suit to the Homecoming suit. Instead incorporating far more black. Where he's winging there, you can see, nice suit. Then we have this shot. First of all, that is Kobe Smulders. Maria Hill has also come back from the snap. And our first look at one of the elementals. So, just in case there was any doubt, here's Kobe Smulders on set wearing a similar outfit and similar haircut. So, that is absolutely her. Then we look at the elementals. So, we have Hydron, who I believe has been changed to Hydro Man for the movie. Magna, Master of the Earth, who we just saw. Hellfire, who we will see later in the trailer. And Zephyr, who possibly don't see. It's debatable where we see him, but that's the elementals. They're quite obscure. We really don't have much to go off with the elementals. They haven't really been prominent since the 70s, but there you go.
You got gifts, Parker, but you have a job to do.
That's a Tower Bridge in London, often known as London Bridge incorrectly. And the question that some people seem to have is whether one of the elementals has been changed to use lightning, or whether or not this is the Masters of the Winds, and I don't know, changes in air density or air pressure. Does that make lightning? I'm not a scientist, I have no idea. There we go, that's another good look at the suit there, the red, and you can definitely see how noticeably black it is. Here we have Hellfire, who is of course the fire elemental. We get a bit of a look at his face there.
All alone.
John Favreau telling him he's all alone. Whether or not this is a reference to the effect after Endgame, or just that he is on his own himself in Europe. This is of course the stealth suit that we've seen in some set photos given to him presumably by S.H.I.E.L.D. But it looks like a bit like a Spider-Man Noir suit, so it's nice that we're getting a few different suits in this movie. Hydro Man.
What are you gonna do about it?
Possibly worth noting that Hydro Man is the only one that seems to massively interact with anyone in this trailer. Here's of course our money shot. Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. Boom, what an introduction. As you can see, he's got kind of beams that look somewhat Doctor Strangey, and also he has a plume of green smoke. In the comics, he's Quentin Beck, who is a stuntman and visual effects artist, and obviously he's normally a villain. So the question is he a villain in this movie? Almost certainly is. And what most people are suggesting, and it seems very likely, is that the elementals are something he's conjuring up so he can appear to be a hero. So the only one we see anyone interact with is Hydro Man, like this shot here. And ladies and gentlemen, the Fishbowl, it lives. That was people's main concern with this movie. Is Mysterio going to have a Fishbowl? And there you go, confirmation. Fishbowl lives. Spider-Man Far From Home, coming out in July in most areas, July 5th I believe.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
Iron Man, Spider-Man, and I would think Doctor Strange rolling into one.
Suit, and I really respect him. What's up, loser?
You see what he did there? Oh. So that's our trailer breakdown. If you enjoyed this and you'd like to hear more, you can check out the podcast popcultpod every Tuesday. We're on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and the first 2 episodes are also up on YouTube. We're going to be breaking down more trailers on the YouTube channel if you'd like. So I would definitely say like, comment, subscribe, that kind of thing. You know what to do. Smash that like button. That kind of thing. And aside from that, I will see you soon. We're getting a Shazam trailer very soon, and I'll be doing more trailer breakdowns. So, till then, I will see you.